2 corners left here to go. I think spins out. Oh no, he's taken the lead there for the victory.
As they come down the corner, 1.5 seconds is all that separates them.
Welcome to race day in the James Bowl F3 League. Heads up the inside, that's 2 positions in 1 corner.
Kind of just throw the keys in the bowl and go for it, so that's it.
Good evening and welcome to round 12 of the European Sprint Series live from Sebring, broadcast live on the Total Sim Sport YouTube channel. I am James Parfitt and I shortly will be joined by Sean Cranleigh-Swash this evening. The track is 3.7 miles or 5.95 kilometers long, is set in the idyllic surroundings of a World War II runways and adjacent roadways, hosting its first race in the 1950s, which was a 6-hour event won by a Crossley hotshot two-seater. And for over the next 60 years now, top racers have competed for victory at this storied track nestled in the central Florida orange groves. And ladies and gentlemen, how can we forget for the first time this season, the man who does not like the spotlight? Let's give a big welcome to Sean Cranleigh-Swash. Sean, welcome in.
Hi James, how you doing?
Not too bad, thank you very much, sir. Not too bad. Welcome into the booth for the first time this season. So Sean, here we are. Final round of this epic season, and we're here at Sebring, a somewhat infamous track amongst us racers, set on a World War II runway. That alone brings a different dimension to the track, doesn't it? As it's not all smooth tarmac.
No, Sebring's bumpy as hell, particularly around the last corner, Sunset. You're going to struggle for grip bouncing across those concrete slabs. An item of note is that this iRacing layout doesn't actually contain the second paddock used in the 100 kilometres of Sebring.
There you go, guys. And let's not forget, tonight's event is sponsored by Inside iRacing. The next episode will be out next week with their interview with William Esports driver Josh Thompson and a special live stream during Christmas with Tim and Sean of Total Sim Sports. So with the season coming to close to tonight's race, let's have a look. We're going to actually skip over the current standings, guys, due to some technical issues that I had earlier on. So in front of us, we've got the LMP1 grid. In pole, we got Carlo Labado. In 2, Daniel Pizzo. In 3, Jake Carey. In 4th, we got Matthew Saunders. In 5th, we got Simon Cowlott. 6th, Luke Santos. 7th, Roberto Barbu. 8th, Ollie Cole. 9th, Will Lindley. 10, Max Gunther. 11th, we got my friend Niad. Welcome into you. And in 12th, we got Alexandra Piccolo. And in the LMP2s, we've got Daniel Lorenko, John Hodus Claudius, Ali Fabriziani, Birkin Maring, Samuel Grana, Sam Van Duin, Ricardo Giroli, Nathan Block, Odin Mayavang, Jan Stadinsky, Matt York, and Dylan Freckleton. And at the end of that, we have Alberto Blasco, Christian Tanahote, and Alistair Catchpole. And in the GTLs, we've got Andrew Dawson and Adrian Leidinger in second, Nicholas Schneider in third. Saeed Bashoa, the winner from last time out, he is here again. He's currently in fourth. David Flamont, Roman Verdolino, Richard Simnar, and Jerome Charvet. There you go, guys. So that's going to be tonight's grid. And in chat in YouTube, we've got Use Balmy Star. Didn't make the top split. My I rating too low. Sad times, sir. And as for will we broadcast next season's ESS, that is something that we have ongoing discussions about. And as soon as we know any more, we will let you know, Use. So there you go. Now, situation in the LMP2s was, if Jan Stadinsky finishes less than 8 and Alexandra Izzo, who unfortunately is not here tonight, if he'd have finished, if he was here and had finished lower than and had won the race, he would have taken the championship. But unfortunately, he is not here for this evening. So it is looking like it could be Jan Stadinsky's victory in the LMP2 series. So there you go. Michelle Sengali is also not here. So unfortunately, they can't make a dent on the championships. So it will be Alexandro. It will be Jan Stadinsky's. But the LMP1s, we know we've got Jan Corbs as our victor. And in the GTLs, we've got Raymond Vandalivo, who is also the victor tonight. As you can see there, Jan Corbs on 194 points. Unfortunately, is currently out of reach of Carlo Labadi. And in the GTLs, we have got Roman Verdolivo, who's currently on 109. He, again, is also victorious this season for the Total Sim Sport Broadcast Split Championship. That's what we've called it, and that's what we've got this evening. So as you can see, guys, we are going up on a warm-up lap. And I mean a lap. We have got a lap of this whole track. The interesting thing is going to be it's in the dark. And as Sean informed me earlier on, he watched the split earlier on and only 2 LMP1 cars finished. So let's hope we don't get that. As tonight, I feel, is going to be an epic race. Sean, are you excited?
Oh yeah, I love Sebring at night. It's my favourite night track. Second, the only one second to that's probably Daytona. Always great racing. I love the little highlighted lights on the side of the track as you can see your way through. There's something, as you can see them there on screen. There's just something about this track which is great.
There you go. So Sean loves it. I've got to be honest. I'm a little bit more of a chicken in the dark. I feel scared of the dark in iRacing. Not entirely sure why. Never been good. People keep getting me to try and race the Radical at Nords this week, which is also in the dark. I'm bad enough on that track during the daytime, let alone in the dark. Sean, I don't know about yourself.
Nords in the dark in anything's just crazy, in my opinion.
Well, they keep telling me that you can start at the back, let them get 30 seconds ahead, and possibly still win the race because people decide that they're going to go and crash. So there you go. It's going to be one. Maybe I'll give it a try later after the broadcast. But as you can see, guys, we're currently heading round turn 15 to 16, which is the Le Mans corner. And then we'll be going down the long Almond Straight round Sunset. And then your final race of the season will be underway. The final race already. I cannot believe that it has been 12 weeks of ESS. And the man that's always by my side, unfortunately, Mr. Chris Rowlands, has had to unfortunately miss out this evening on the final broadcast, which he's dead upset about. But we do have a suitable replacement in Sean. So, you know, it's a catch-22 in it, really. Swings in roundabouts. We lose one, but we gain the experience of another. So there you go. Right. Well,
here they go, Chris. Chris isn't here, James.
Chris isn't here, Sean. He'll bring you in. You can't get my name right.
Who are you?
Yeah. So here we go. We're going round Sunset now for the final race of the season. The LMP1s. It is go, go, go in the LMP1s. Round 12 at Sebring in the dark. We've got Carlo Labatti out in front. Daniele Pizzo in second, who's just been taken by Carey. And that's Pizzo going for a wide grass cutting on the round turn 2, which is never going to work. Unfortunately, that puts him out of sync for the next set of corners as we're coming round into turn 5, round Big Ben. We've got Carlo Labatti, Jake Carey, Simon Cowlos, Babu, Pizzo, and Santos now down into the LMP2s. We are all go. Lorenko is got out in the lead. He's got Holder Lodis, car number 13 in second, Fabriziani in third, Maring in fourth, Block in fifth, Duane in sixth, Grana in seventh, and Jan Stadinsky down in 8th place at the moment. Now down onto the GTLs, we've got Andrew Dawson, Adrian Leidinger is in second position, Schneider in third, Bashoa, last week's winner, in fourth, Werder Lever, who's won the championship, he is already in fifth. Charvet is in sixth. Charvet's in a Porsche this week. I'm so upset. He's normally in a Ford. But there we go. Back on board now. We've got Giroli in the LMP2. He's got York up beside him at the moment. They're swapping places as we head round downtown for Tower and down towards Bishop down at turn 14. As you can see, guys, it is in the dark. It's not very clear, but we'll bring you with all the action as much as we can as we're heading round 15 with Giroli, who's got York tucked right up back behind him, 0.3 seconds going down onto the Almond Straight. Here we go. We've got Bashoa. He is looking racy at the moment. He's taking on Leidinger, and then we've got Dawson as well. There's the three of them together. There he is, car number 27. That's Bashoa with Schneider and Werder Levo right behind him. Well, Sean, a fairly clean start so far.
Yeah, it was clean for the LMP1. So I think we lost one guy, car number 35, quite early on, but the rest of them have got through all right. However, in LMP2, we do have a couple of fallers already, with 3 cars currently out, 25, 17, and 12. I've also got a replay to show you, which could explain why.
Let's have a look, see what we've got here on board at the moment. Jan Stadinsky, unfortunately, we're coming round to, he tags the back. Car number 18, does he come back into track? Unfortunately, he doesn't. That's going up round turn 3 to 4 and 5, I believe, of Jan Stadinsky spinning out there. Unfortunately, tagging the back. Did he hit? That's Christian Tanahoto. He's unfortunately taken a diver himself as round in turn 3. See that tricky section, and that puts him in the back. And here is Dylan Freckleton. Has he been tagged as well? He's been hit onto the grass. That's a no-way ticket. Oh, that's car number 17, Dylan Freckleton. Unfortunately, got tagged by car number 20, which is Alistair Catchpole, I believe. And unfortunately, that puts them both out and leaves Simon van der Oon. He's currently in 4th place at the moment. So there's a lot of been swapping around. As you can see, it's just the LMP1s that have really mainly got away, but there is an LMP1 involved in this battle. And at the moment, we've got Cyril Cowlots, Carlo Labate going round turn 1 as they're heading down into 2, round the tricky section of 3, 4 and 5. Here we go. The rapid bouncing as they head round, going round down into Big Bend. And that will be them all the way down to the hairpin. Not the best start for Jan Stadinsky at the moment there, Sean.
No, I think it was that the earlier that pressure, we saw all the cars around the top of the chicane there. Sorry, the hairpin turn. Not surprised a few went off there. It's quite deep braking, particularly on first lap with your cold tyres. There's always going to be a few mistakes, and looks like we got most of them already out of the way in lap 1.
Yeah, we got Miving, Freckleton and Tanahoto currently in the pits at the moment in time. I believe they're going to be looking at trying to get the repairs done. We still have 55 minutes remaining as we jump on board with Ollie Cole. He's got Saunders in the Porsche in front of him, 0.42 and closing. We are on the Bishop Straight. We go round the left-hander. We're going to be hard on the brakes. There you go. And we're going to take in the inside line, let it roll a little bit of ride. And then we're on the backside at the moment. That is Ollie Cole with Saunders flashing frantically, heading down Ullman Straight. Stadinsky strikes again. No, unfortunately, they just cold tyres hit the brakes and nowhere to go for Jan Stadinsky, unfortunately. It's a shame Alessandro Izzo isn't here this evening, the only man that could have challenged Jan Stadinsky for the championship, but it looks like as he's not here, that is Jan's to lose. It was a jump on board. Lorenko in the LMP2. He's got Maring 4 seconds down the road already. He's opened up a 4-second gap, closing on the back of Gunther from the LMP1, which should be outrunning him at a rate of knots there. But it just goes to show how Lorenko is pushing this car, Sean.
Well, yeah, we've got Lorenko here who's got 6,800 IR with Gunther in front of him, only 1,800. So there's a massive disparity in the possible pace these guys could be running.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think we're 1,895 in an LMP1. And as you say, we've got a 6,000 in LMP2. That's the thing with the LMP1 series as well. You can go into the LMP1s. Well, as you say, we've seen people with 900 IR. And they've been in the top split in an LMP1 due to the lack of participation that brings on board from that series. You see, we've got Riccardo Giroli, we've got York in front of us. He's being flashed frantically coming down the hairpin. That's car number 14. Giroli, car number 21, looking to get through at the hairpin. Unfortunately, there's no way. He's going to just have to hold on again. Passing opportunities here, Sean. You know, the bumpiness offline really does throw this track into a different dimension. So if you were sat in one of these LMP2s or a GT, where would you be looking at making your moves?
A couple of opportunities, really. Hairpin turn is going to be your first place. You're not really going to be wanting to take it into turn 1. Turn 2, possibly, but the guy in front would have to do a very bad turn 1 to do that. Cunningham Corner, Collier Curve, Tower Turn, that complex there is particularly hard. You might get a couple of people diving into Cunningham, but you really don't want to be doing that. And other than that, you're really looking at possibly coming out of Le Mans Curve up the Ullman Straight as well. If you can get a better run on the car in front, that is definitely a place to overtake.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think with the tightness of some of the corners, especially in that 3, 4, 5 section of the track, which is the left, the right, the left, I think it can get quite tight in there with 2 of these cars. And I don't think, as you say, it's probably going to be the best opportunity. We're jumping on board with Roman Verdalivo, who's currently Dawson Schneider in front of him, battling his way up, +3 on his grid position at the moment, with Bishoa behind her, Louding, Chavez, Simner and Flamont. Tucked up behind them, Roman Verdalivo has already won this year's championship from their broadcast split from Total Sim Sport. So he is this year's championship. I think he's won it by about 60 points at the moment. There's been some very up and downs with the drivers in the GTLs. We've had lots of swapping and lots of different drivers each week. So it's a shame, but it is what it is. And Roman Verdolivo has come out on top. I believe we've got car number 13. That is Holidelodis is currently coming out of the pits back into racing after being in the pits after his incidents there. There you go. Let's see what happens to Ollie Coleshaw. Take us through it.
Who looks like he's being flashed from behind. He's just hit the tyre on the outside coming into the hairpin there. Nowhere to go. He's just lucky to save the car and stop it going anywhere else, really.
So there you go. There's Ollie Cole having an unfortunate incident with the tyre barrier. But now here we go. We've got GTEs, LMP1s, LMP2s. Oh, there was a little spin up. Car number 5, 27. There's car number 20 as well. Unfortunately, that is literally Leidinger, Bashoa. You got 20 of the LMP2s going there as well. He's involved at the same time as Catchpole. I believe there was an LMP1 involved in that as well. It would be interesting to see which LMP1 that was. But unfortunately, that was Catchpole, Leidinger, Bashoa, all involved in that turn. Unfortunately, it looks like the end of Alistair Catchpole. What happened here? Verdolivo has got car number 7, which is Barbu, behind him at the moment. They're going down the back straight. Let's see if we can get a replay of what happened, unfortunately, with them cars in front. But we've got York still putting under pressure from Giroli, going round down into 5, round Bibbin down into 6, and down towards the hairpin. This is going to be Giroli's chance. He's not really made a massive big of a difference. He's 0.38 and closing down onto York. As they're heading down into the hairpin, I don't think there's going to be an outbreak. I think he's going to be a brave boy. Unfortunately for Catchpole, they're not having the greatest of opening 11 minutes there, Sean.
Yeah, it looks like he's just been unlucky and been caught up in a couple of things. The first issue, the hairpin, nothing he could do with that. And then he was confronted by a couple of Porsches that seemed to spin right in front of him. There's 2 races in a row where he's really been caught out. We saw at Road America last week where he had a Corvette spin right in front of him. And again, he's just been unlucky.
Yeah, that's Bashoa, Catchpole and Freckleton now in the pits. Here we see Charvet, car number 22. That's the LMP1 of 19. There you go. That's the up front. Oh, that's Charvet going through pretty much everyone. That's the LMP1. Who was that LMP? Oh, that was a bad rejoin. We're Leidinger now.
Here we go. This is what it was, I think.
Leidinger set it off. That's Catchpole there. The LMP1 on the left. Then we've got Charvet coming through the middle. And there was a lot more involved, unfortunately, with the numbers on the side. Car number 35, I believe that was as well. Or 32, that might have been Lindley, was also involved in that as well. So there was a lot of cars. I think it was 6 cars all involved in one incident, unfortunately. And that's car number 32, Lindley there. He's coming through 5, 6, and 7 as Matt York runs wide.
Oh, he was lucky to keep that there.
Yeah, he kept it there on the corner, didn't he? And managed to keep it. But unfortunately, he's lost a place to Blasco. And I believe Giroli has got through as well. Sean,
yeah, Giroli's long gone now.
Yeah, Giroli is literally, he's a 1.4 seconds, I believe, down the road, as we see Fabriziani. No, that's car number 11. That's Fabriziani banging in. That's Holoderis. Was that Stadinsky? Again, car number 18, it was. Unfortunately, Stadinsky's had a bit of an eventful race already so far. He seemed to get caught up in that. Fabriziani seems to have taken a big lunge down on the inside. And unfortunately for Stadinsky, I believe he was just involved in it. There we go. There's Fabriziani.
So unlucky there. There's nothing he could have done with that. But there's some really bad driving here.
Yeah, that's, as you see, car number 13 as well, with Fabriziani mounted on his car. 47 minutes, and it's already been A little bit of an eventful race as you see Schneider down in third, currently in the details. Verdolivo, Dawson, Pizzo, Simmer, and Flamant as well. Movers and shakers, Babu up 5, Cowlot's up 4 in the LMP1. Piccolo is up an amazing 6. Nia Gluskic is he's up 3 places, is currently in 8th in LMP1 as well. Block in the LMP2 is your biggest mover on 5. Actually, it's Blasco on 6. And we've got Pizzo down 10 places in the LMP1s at the moment. GTA's got Verdolivo is up 4, your biggest mover so far. As we've got 46 minutes remaining. More of the action, please, sir. As well. There you go. 46 minutes, Sean. Is it gonna settle down, do you think? Has the dark played a massive part in this race?
I think it has, to be honest. I mean, I'm just looking at the timing tower here. We started off with 8 GTE cars, which isn't many for a race in this ESS series, and we're already down to 5 that are on the front lap. Everyone else is at least 2 laps down, so that doesn't bode well with 46 minutes to go. And then up in LMP1, we can see here that there's guys already pitting in the top 10. So it's going to be really tough. It'd be surprising how many cars we actually get at the end, I think.
Yeah, 45 minutes remaining. We got 3 in the pits. We've lost some already. The LMP2 field is down to 11 people. GTEs, as you say, you just heard from Sean, there's down to 5 on the lead lap. And Simon Cowlots is the leader of the LMP1s, keeping it nice and clean, going around 15 and 16. Coming up to the back of Jan Stilinski, he's going to be getting him down on Allman Straight. I believe this is going to be no chance of him doing anything there. Oh, it's Thursday. Guess I missed today's broadcast. Brem Splatten, you haven't missed it. You can still watch it. But just as you say, you've missed a very eventful 15 minutes. I'm not going to lie. There's been a lot of people out, a lot of people in the pits. Unfortunately, there's the LMP2 of Jan Stilinski's been involved in a few accidents. GTE's spinning all over the track. And LMP1's involved as well. So there you go. So it's been a very eventful beginning. 44 minutes remaining. We've got car number 13 is chasing down Jan Stilinski at the moment, who is currently not far in front of him with 0.4 seconds, I believe. 0.6, you can see it in front as well. So there you go. That's been a very, I mean, LMP1 are definitely not missing me. No, LMP1s are surviving, shall we say. It's been very eventful for LMP1s tonight already. Wow, there you go. Now it's settled down for about 15 minutes already throughout the race. Sean, do you want to run us through who we've got within our top 10 of each series at the moment? So we've got 44 minutes. We've just lost Sean there for 2 seconds. And unfortunately, just currently unavailable. So we'll proceed with the action. As you can see, car number 13 there. We've got Jan Stilinski in front of us. There is flashing through our picture. We've got 0.6 seconds and closings. We're coming around the final bend of Sunset. Car number 6, Nathan Block, is got a Dwayne right up behind him. I believe it actually has Grana in front of him coming down into turn 1. There's Block and Grana going down into turn 1. Hugging that inside line, setting it up straight and then hitting the accelerator all the way round to 2, 3, 4 and the tricky 5 at the end. We're going inside 1, we're taking a right, we're going to jink to our left and then we're going to look at trying to get on the power as early as we can. I've become a fateful victim of that corner in a recent F3 and that was in the daytime. So, you know, 43
it's easy to catch that catch you out, that one there. You put a bit too much power on early and it's all over.
Yeah, that's what happened. My rear decided to come and join my front, Sean. So, you know, hey, we live and fight another day. So how we set, we got, do you want to run us through the standings at the moment, do the top 5 of each series, Sean, for us?
Yeah, I mean, what's great is we're able to see the top 5 on these new overlays from SDK Gaming, which is great. So let's start with LMP1. We've got Cowlutz in P1. He's been in P1 from the start. He's 3 seconds ahead. of car number 7, Barbu, with Labate just 1.5 seconds behind him, followed by Saunders and Santos. But down in LMP2, we have Lorenko, almost 4 seconds now ahead of P2, Maring and Grana, and then Block, and then Doohan down in 5th place. There's only a couple of seconds between 4th, 5th, and 6th. But Grana in P3 has now got a 7-second gap between him and the guys behind. Over into GTE, Dawson is still in the lead. Verdolivo has now managed to get up to 2nd place, so he's up 4 places. He's managed to negotiate the traffic, get through a couple of runs of LMP, come through as they looks like they're about to be attacked again by the LMP2s. And then we've got Schneider, Simner in 4th, and Flamont in 5th.
There you go. As you can see, the new timing tower on the left-hand side, courtesy of SDK Gaming, separates each one into classes, makes it ideal for you guys to be able to follow as well. As you can see, we've got Jan Stadinski down in 9th place at the moment. As I say, it's a shame Alessandro Izzo is not here this evening. He could have been challenging Jan for the overall victor in the LMP2s. As we see Sam Van Der Wen and Giroli currently in 5th and 6th respectively in LMP2s, coming up into turn 10, round into Collier, that little jinky left-hander. There you go. See it on your screen now. 40 minutes remaining. We've got an absolutely epic open in 20 minutes, and if you have missed it, guys, you can restart the broadcast while the broadcast is live and sit back and watch it and catch it up. But there you go. Giroli, Dwayne, still battling around, coming down into 15, down into Le Mans. And then we'll be going down the long Ullman Straight, where I expect Giroli to be closing at a rate of knots. 0.454643 and closing as an LMP1 goes past us on the right-hand side there. As it is closing all the way down. We're down to 2-3, 2-2, 2-1. He's taking a dive up the inside. That is at car number 21. That's Giroli. He's got Dwayne done. Is this going to be the run down into the start-finish line? Currently, Giroli's on our right. Dwayne's on our left. As you're looking at the numbers, car number 21, Giroli on the left-hand side, Dwayne on the right. He's giving him a little bit of a I'm still here. He takes it back going into turn 1. We've now got a GTE involved in this as well. He's going to be blocking him in. Good use of the traffic there, but Dwayne kind of blocked in Giroli behind the GTE, and that left him nowhere to go there, Sean.
Yeah, and we saw that they were probably looking in their mirrors, that LMP1 as he comes past as well. So that was 3 different classes into turn 2 there. Really, really tight, but they all got through clean in the end.
Yeah, they did. You can see now they come down into the hairpin. We still got Dwayne and Giroli currently follow one by one line astern, heading round up Fangio Straight, down into turn 10 at the moment. There you go. We've got car number 13. He's still battling with Jan Stadinski coming down into the hairpin. Jan run wide. That allows him to go through. And is he going to be coming back on track? Who is that? There was somebody there looking like he was very apprehensive to make a move. Is that car number 17? That is Freckleton in the LMP2. I believe that's possibly letting him through there, because Freckleton is currently laps down on the leader. He's done 4.5 laps, so he's quite a few lap down, actually, to be fair to him. So it's we see there Stadinski coming down, goes past Freckleton there, just runs in deep. I don't believe there's a touch. There isn't a touch from car number 13. And that is Stadinski just running wide. There's Freckleton letting him get back on track, recover his position, and away he goes. So that's it. Jan Stadinski getting back on track. Currently 10th overall in class. So, yeah, it's to say he was in danger of losing the championship tonight, but it's unfortunately due to Alessandro Izzo is not going to be lost tonight, Sean. It looks like it's going to be Jan's to finish off and take the spoils.
Well, yeah, he's so far ahead of everyone else now. There was no doubt as soon as he saw Rizzo wasn't in the league, in the race, that was it.
Yeah, as you see, he's coming around turn 1, chasing down car number 13 in 9th place, Huda Lotus. There he is in the front. He's currently going around turn 5, heading down around the big bend and down into the hairpin at this moment in time, and we'll be down at the hairpin momentarily. We're coming back in to the top three of the GTEs with Schneider going to be our first one that we're going to be looking to get past cleanly, who's currently chasing down Werder Levo, who in turn is on the back end of Dawson. And I mean, these guys are looking. There's Werder Levo on the charge. He's got 2 seconds to make up to Dawson to get on to the lead of the GTE. Werder Levo this season, sure, he's kind of been unstoppable with the GTEs, isn't he, really?
It's nice to see him turn up for the last, I think it's 5 rounds in a row. There was I think he took part in Suzuka, and then we didn't see him until mid-season, and he was still able to do less races than a lot of other people up the top there, but still come out in the top of the championship, which is quite impressive.
Yeah, I think his victories early on really helped him gain that point margin over the guys behind, which allowed him to miss a few weeks and then come back, and he still managed to hold on to the championship and take this year's victory. So he's out on top as we see Giroli and Block. These guys are still going at it, 0.17. Here we go. We've got Giroli. He's looking up the inside of 3. Oh, they're nearly close together. 3, 4. Is this going to be Giroli? He's got the inside. It's going to be job done, I believe. Oh, Block's coming back through. That's car number 16. That's Dwayne as well. Are these guys looking at taking it 3 wide down into the hairpin? Surely not. Surely they can't. But here comes Giroli again. Block defends the inside down into the hairpin. Giroli gets a much slower exit, which brings him into the back of Dwayne. Dwayne looks like we've got 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Oh, really close together here, guys, as we're heading down into turn number 10. Block still the leader of this pack. We've got Giroli's cut back on the inside, going round the 11, coming out to 12 and 13 at the moment. We've got Block on the right, Giroli on the left. Giroli's got the inside, going round 13. We've still got Dwayne into the back as well, and we've got Blasco who's on the back of these guys. This is 4 races, car number 10, 21, 16, and car number 8, all involved as we head down into Le Mans. Going down onto the Allman Straight very shortly. It's going to be anyone's coming down into that Sunset Corner there, Sean.
Yeah, and as you can see, it's all about the exit into the out of that corner there. So they're coming into Sunset now. So we'll see if anyone can make the most of this exit on this corner.
See, Giroli's trying to take the inside on Block. Has left him open to a very fast Dwayne behind him. Giroli and Block are side by side going down into turn 1. We got car number 16
Blasco's in the pits
as well. Blasco's gone into the pits. So he'd be interested. I wonder what happened to him unless he's pitted early. We are slightly in the window, 34 minutes remaining, but it's not something that we would normally see this early on. But maybe he's using it as an advantage to try and undercut these guys. We got Giroli has got ahead a Block of turn 1. Block now is under attack by Dwayne coming down the big bend down into the hairpin. Momentarily, we see it in the background. Block taking the trying to take the inside line, defensive on the board, which can look at jeopardizing his exit with Dwayne behind him. And there you go. You see it live on your screen. The bright lights of Block's car showing up there. You see Dwayne taking the outside on the right hand side, coming round into turn 10 as we head round the short 11. Collier then down into 12, 13 Tower Bend. This is going to be anyone's battling down into Bishop. And here we go now down into Bishop and along the straight. These guys are looking, this could be a race that could go on all the way through. Do you think they'll basically try and mirror each other on the pit stops, being that they're this close together, Sean?
I think a traffic's going to come down to this as well. I think you'll also notice that Giroli is now 1.4 seconds ahead of these two. I know they've just been passed by the LMP1 there, but as soon as he got past Block, that was it. He was gone.
Yeah, Giroli has decided he's had enough of trying to fight. He's got on his bike and away he goes. As we see the move, Dwayne on Block going down into Sunset, into the last corner. I believe that's going to be Sam van der Wins. That's going to be his job done on him. And now he's going to be looking to try and catch up to the back of Giroli. But Block's not giving up. He's taken up the toe. Going down into turn 1. He's still behind at the moment. Going down as we head up the short little straight down into 2, 3, 4, 5. Block runs slightly wide, jeopardizes himself, takes a little bit of the grass, and unfortunately, that's dropped him 0.86 seconds back as we head round turn 5 with the GTEs now being overtaken. The back marker of the GTEs there is looking at getting cleared by the LMP2s. 32 minutes remaining, Sean. We're in the pit window. Do you think this is going to be the time that we're looking at seeing the LMP2 start diving in?
Yeah, they'll be coming in any time now, really. We've seen a couple go in already, probably just to clear traffic. If you have a look at the map, it's quite hard to see where the traffic and the gaps in the traffic is. There's a little gap between position 2 and 3 in LMP2, but that's about it. Otherwise, the track is completely full.
Yeah, it doesn't leave many options with 31 minutes remaining, guys, where they're going to come out if they do go in. As Sean said, you can see 2 and 3, maybe the LMP2s 3 and 4. There's a little gap there between the LMP1s as well. But that's going to be a very tricky to try and time when to go into the pits, when to come out, and when to basically look at trying to see where you're not going to get stuck behind traffic. But here we see Block is now being dropped by Dwayne by 0.8 seconds, who's in turn trying to catch up to Giroli, who's 0.99 seconds in front of them. And it's going to be interesting to see car number 4, 5, and 6. But we've got Alexandre Piccolo in 6th place currently. He's got Santos in front of him. We've got Ollie Cole behind us in the LMP1s. You see, we are down to literally, I think there's like 10 LMP1s. And the only one that's not is Gunther and Pizzo, who's not on the lead lap of the LMP1s at the moment. These guys have basically got away after incidents at the beginning that was involved with the GTEs and LMP2s of Alistair Catchpole and the LMP1s, unfortunately, as well. It's interesting to see, though, Sean. I'm very pleased for Ollie Cole. Chris Rowland's pick last week didn't, unfortunately, make the end of the race. He seems to be doing quite well with 30 minutes remaining.
Yeah, I think it's the case of just keeping out of all the mess that happened at the start. It's weird. You get these races in iRacing where the first couple of laps are really, really hectic and everyone takes everyone else out. And the guys that stay clean always come through to the top. This is one of those races.
Yeah, it is at the moment. Ollie Cole is chasing down Piccolo. He's got Santos further. Santos is a lot further up the race, about 5.5 seconds. So these guys in the LMP1s, both in the Audis, are the closest battle currently on track at this moment in time. So we'll keep an eye on this as we see Ollie Cole going out doing a 1:38.72, Piccolo doing a 1:39.14. So this battle is going to come to fruition very shortly. We've got Richard Simner currently in the pits in the GTEs. It's going to be interesting to see where he comes out. He's looking, if he's timed it right, he should come out between 8 and 9 in the LMP1s. That's Niad and Jack Carey. And hopefully there's a little bit of a gap there. So maybe Richard Simner's tied it. They will actually come out there as well. But we're staying on board with Ollie Cole. Currently trying to track down Piccolo. They seem to be generally a lot faster than the guy in front as we come around through 10, 11. Through that Collier section down into Tower. Are we going to be looking at Ollie Cole making a move on the Ormond Straight, do you reckon, Sean? Is he going to sit behind Piccolo until that moment? Because that's probably the safest spot, isn't it?
I've been watching the gap for the last lap or so. It's going between, say, 0.3 and 0.6 constantly. I can't imagine that much is going to change here unless, of course, we actually get some traffic or someone does that.
Oh, as you see Ollie Cole running wide there, unfortunately, that's lengthened the gap to Piccolo by 0.73. Unfortunately, we thought we were going to have a nice tight battle down at Ormond, down into Sunset, but as you can see, Ollie Cole touching the grass there. That's then allowed Piccolo to get through, but Piccolo is very slow. That's Ollie Cole's on the out
really
of Sunset. Piccolo was very, very slow there, Sean. Where it'd be interesting. I wonder if he just went in a little bit too deep coming into the last corner.
No, let's take a look and see if we can actually see anything on that.
Oh, he hits the wall. Hits the wall on the inside, which slows him down, and that allows Ollie Cole through up into 6th place. And that's Piccolo, unfortunately, hitting the wall.
He's coming back, though. He's just gone past him.
That Ollie Cole must have had a slowdown, though, because he wouldn't have given it back up That is.
No, I think that's mistake after mistake there. So first Ollie Cole coming out of Le Mans Curve, and then Sunset Bend, we saw Piccolo making a mistake. And then as we came back into live, it looks like Ollie Cole must have had a bit of an issue coming out of turn 3.
No, so that's allowed Piccolo back through, but I don't think that's going to be Ollie Cole giving up. I think as they battle their way through the GTEs and round the block in the LMP2 there, has been really dropped off now off the Santos battle, off the Giroli battle that he was involved in with Deween as well. He's been really dropped off the back of that, and them guys are really quite far down the road at this moment in time. To see Ollie Cole again running off the grass, round 6, round Le Mans.
He's got a good run into Sunset though.
Yeah, he's got a good run down to straight. As Ollie Cole's again down into Sunset. Is Piccolo going to stay off the wall this time? It didn't do him well last time, and they've got through, and that's Ollie Cole has got through past Piccolo for 6th, up into 6th in LMP1 there, Sean. Fairly straightforward in the end.
Yeah, as I said before the race, it's all about that exit out of Le Mans. He had more straight line speed out the Ulmer straight, carried it through Sunset, and was able to take him on the inside and left Piccolo nowhere to go but to follow him back across the start-finish line.
Yeah, and that's Ollie Cole now opening up 0.6 second gap, but we have got a GTE, LMP2 and an LMP1 all on the same bit of track at the moment, heading down into the hairpin. Ollie Cole, that Piccolo followed Ollie Cole through there. Surprised that room was there, but it looked like the LMP2 gave him enough room to allow him to come through, heading down into turn 10. As we see another LMP2, that's car number 17, as Freckleton moving to the side to let these guys through. Freckleton is currently he's about 6-7 laps down. So he got caught, unfortunately, in the end. As you see now on the left-hand side, we've got Deween is currently in the pit lane as well. So this is where we're going to see this little bit of pit stop strategy, Sean. You know, generally, as we've seen with these guys, it all pans out and we all end up coming together at the end with this last 25 minutes.
Yeah, normally they do very similar times in the pit stops, but it's all about how they manage the traffic with their in laps and out laps when other people are actually pitting. There can be a massive difference in the number of cars on track, particularly for the GTEs near the end of the race as well. You pit too early and you can come out right amongst the LMP cars, which can really cause you to lose 2-3 seconds in your lap, and you could be in a position where you're chasing someone down for a position and then you come back out and you're 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds down the road.
Yeah, as we've seen, Simnar is already gone in. He's already had his pit stop. It'd be interesting to see if these guys go into the pits. Where Simner's going to place? We've got him down in 5th. Lamont is not far up the road, so that's going to be 1 position back. I don't know if he's going to get 3rd there from Schneider. It looks like Schneider's a little bit out of reach there, depending on when Simner guys come in. But we've got Sam Van Der Wijn. He's got Blasco behind him. We've got Block behind him as well. So Block has gone back. He's lost the touch of DeWin and Giroli. And that's put Fabriziani, Deween and Blasco in after that as well. So Maring and Grana currently going into the pits in the LMP2s. That's 2nd and 3rd place. That will leave car number 4 and 5. Jan Stadinsky will probably overtake that position back as well. But we're probably going to be on the understanding Stadinsky is not pitted. Neither is Huddle-Eris and neither is Fabriziani. 23 minutes to go, Sean. What do you see happening over the last 23 minutes?
Well, right now, all the LMP2 cars are starting to pit, so that's good news. Car 1, Lorenko's still out, so that's good for him. He's going to get another lap. If you have a look at the track map, he's got a couple of GTEs in front of him, though, so he's going to have to clear those if he's going to be able to make up any time on P2, who has come out and has got a clear track in front of him.
Yeah, so we've got Grana, Giroli on the way out. Hurdle-Adaris is in 4th. Fabriziani, Stadinsky's in the pits as well. Saunders, Santos and Labate is in the pits in LMP1. So currently there's 6 cars, people on their way out as well. So we will give this a minute after these pit stops to settle back down again. You see Lorenko there from the leader from the LMP2s. He's got a 52-second gap to Maring. Maring is currently just going around the hairpin, where we got Lorenko's coming around Sunset. So he's got about half a lap if he's going to go into the pits, which I probably would recommend that he does that now, but it depends on how he goes. There you go. He dives into the pits. He's got to get that car stopped, and away he goes. But now this is where we've got Maring coming around 13. He's coming around Tower.
Don't be surprised here to see Maring come out. Lourenco come out with Maring right behind him.
You think that's going to be the long pit time? That's got like half a lap there that Maring's going to have to try and catch up. Surely the general consensus of pit stop times, it was saying that it was 52 seconds. So we've had a very good mixture, but around about 52 seconds. So it's going to be interesting to see as we see Maring come down the Allman Straight. Lourenco's still in pits. I believe he's on the pit. He's just
moving off now.
You see Maring coming round Sunset. He's got to get this corner right to be looking at trying to close back up into the back of Lourenco, as you know, with a tricky pit exit at the end there.
Lourenco's clear.
Yeah, Lourenco is clear, and he's clear by probably about 10 seconds, I would have thought. There he goes. You can see, wait for the timing tower to settle down. It's 9.5, so not a bad guess that Lourenco is still clear from Maring in second place. Blasco there going around Sunset. He's got Deween in front of him. Both of these guys have pitted. So neither of these have got to stop again. And we've got car number 4 from the LMP1. That's Carlo Labate still in the pits at this moment in time. There's Piccolo now, is in the pits. He's dropped down into 5th. He's going to be looking to come out as quickly as possible because he is going to be losing another 2 spaces if he's not careful. So now we've got car number 34. There's Niad from the LMP1. He's not pitted yet either. So we'll be looking at probably him going in as well very shortly. But we've not had Babu or Cowlots. I've not got them registered down as being in the pits either on that one. 20 minutes remaining. Well, it's kind of been an action-packed beginning. We've kind of had the action-packed pits. And are we now going to be looking at the action-packed end, Sean, do you think?
Yeah, definitely. So we're just about clear of the pits now. We've got a couple of LMPs to go, a couple of GTEs to go, and then that's it. And then it's the 15-minute sprint to the end, which really is telling on who's managed to keep their tyres good. I know for GTEs, you can really kill your tyres if you don't treat them well in the first 45 minutes of these races.
Yeah, so we've got Babu, Cowlots, Niad's in the pits. We haven't got Schneider's not been in. Flamont's not been in. Dawson or Verdalivos. So it's going to be interesting to see how much of his Simnar is looking pretty much on the good side at the moment. He's currently car number 5. He is going down. There you go. He's coming down onto the Allman Straight with the cars in front, not pitted, of Schneider and Flamont, who are on the backside of the circuit. It'd be interesting to see where Simnar comes out. I wonder if he's done that early pit stop as boding well, and will he jump Flamont and Schneider in front? That's going to be one to look out for, as long as Richard Simnar can keep it on track. He was worried about commentator's cast earlier on, but we did reinforce in that Chris Rowlands is not here. So unfortunately, he'll be able to have a nice clean race as you see Ollie Cole going past him there in the LMP1s going down into turn 1. There we go. We're jumping on board with car number 13. We've got Block in front of us. Blasco in front of that as well. There was just a lapped LMP2. We'll have a look. I believe that is car number 13, which would be Freckleton again. So Freckleton is letting out the lead. We see the leaders of GTE, Dawson and Verdalivo in the pits at the moment. It's going to be interesting when Schneider goes in, where that leaves Simnar on track. So we'll keep an eye out for that one for you guys there as well. As you see,
Schneider's in, and got Flamant, who's about half a lap down on Schneider as well. So we'll see where he comes in.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in GTEs. We've got Dawson and Verdalivos on the pit exit. Schneider is in 3rd, Flamant 4th. Simnar is in 5th and is currently just coming round Tower.
Yeah, I think he's gonna clear Flamant, but that'll be it, I think, for Simnar. So 4th place we'd be looking at for him.
It's not bad considering he took that early pit stop. Got the job done for his race, so he didn't have to stop again. As you see now, Block and Hulaglera is coming down into Sunset. This is Block. Is this Block losing another place? It is, unfortunately for him. He's had a bit of a rough run of it over the last, and just before the pit stops, lost 3 places to Giroli, Deween, Blasco, and now, so that's unfortunately for him. Block's not had a good run, has he?
Stadinsky just a second behind him as well.
So we've got Jan Stadinsky just behind these guys, who's currently 1 second behind. He's going to be coming into your picture. There he is in the background, takes a little bit of a wide line. That's going to be another off track, unfortunately, there with the 2 contacts as well. And the off track earlier on has not been the ideal optimal race, should we say, for Jan Stadinsky, but he has, I believe, wrapped up the broadcast split championship this evening as they come down into the hairpin. Block has got to be getting on his bike a bit here. I'm a bit worried Stadinsky's going to be really up quite behind him very soon, Sean.
Yeah, it won't be long. And we were talking about Stadinsky and off tracks there just a moment ago. We noticed before we came into the broadcast, he's on an A1.38 license at the moment. Obviously, we're in week 12. It could be, the way it's going, that we might not see Jan in ESS next season.
Wow, there you go. We're going to have to wait and see how he gets on with recovering that back. If he's had 2 contacts, which is 8, couple of off tracks, that's 10. It's not been the greatest of races for Jan Stadinsky this evening. Has he put his license in jeopardy? Normally, though, Sean, we can sit back and generally say that was his fault, but you can't really say that tonight. It didn't look like it was too much that he actually caused too much there, though, did he?
No, at the beginning of the season, we saw that he was putting other drivers in jeopardy, but since Monza, really, every single mistake that we've seen and incident he's been involved in really has not been his fault at all.
Yeah, so it's, unfortunately the name does precede of what happened earlier on in the beginning of the season, so we're going to see him at the back of Block very shortly with 15 minutes remaining. It'll be interesting to see how this turns out. He gets another big slide on. I've got to admit, that was a good catch, though, because that could have gone really quite terribly wrong for him there. On the back of Block, coming round 5, heading down the Big Ben, round down to hairpin. Is this going to be Jan's opportunity? You see Block in front. The gap is closing, 0.63, 0.3, 0.2. Back out again, coming down into the hairpin. I don't think this is going to be the ideal place, but Block does run in deep. Doesn't get the greatest of exits. That's allowed Stadinsky to close right up at 0.3. Coming round up into 10. He's got to be looking at one of the straights before. I don't think he's going to be looking at making a move round this section of corners, round 10, 11, 12. I believe he's going to be making if he's going to be making a jump, he's got to be down into the run from 13. Down into Bishop.
I think here, I don't know if you can see behind, but we've got York and Fabrinazzi both really close behind as well. Oh, I don't think Block saw that LMP1.
No, that LMP1 did kind of come out of nowhere, heading round 15 down into Le Mans. This is Block Stadinsky. We've got York and Fabriziani behind them as well. So this is going to be turning into a 4-way. We've got Ollie Cole in the LMP1 trying to go through. Jan's trying to tow the LMP1 to keep up with Block in front. Block's made the move around the GTEs, the GTE, LMP2, LMP1 all together on track at the moment. That is car number 35 of the LMPs. That's who is that? Car number 30.
That's Cole, I think.
That's Ollie Cole, I believe it is, yeah. Car number 30, is it 35? Yeah, it looks like he's got 35 on his back.
Oh,
yes,
35. No, it's not that. That's Gunther. So he's a lot slower than everyone else here. He should be well away from these LMP2s, but he's really mixing in now.
Yeah, we've got Gunther in the LMP1. Car number 14 is York. So we've got Block, Stadinsky, York. For Fabriziani, I'm not quite sure. Gunther really needs to be. He's got a massive power difference, so he should be well on his way past these guys. But unfortunately, he isn't. He's well down at the moment. Here goes Stadinsky's on the right-hand side. Block's on the inside. Block takes that much tighter line. He's got to be looking at blocking the entrance off to Stadinsky coming round up into 10. You see Block hard on the lights, trying to clear the car in front. We've got Gunther trying to come back through.
I think the problem you've got here, James, is Gunther's lapping the same pace as these lead LMP2 cars. He's 6 seconds off the pace of LMP1, so he's unfortunately not going to be able to clear them, and the LMP2s are going to have to try and clear him.
Well, that's a first this season, isn't it? I think that's the first time we've actually seen that difference in iRating make a difference in the car control. Do you get what I mean? It's the first time we've really seen the struggle, isn't it? From a lower iRating.
Definitely. Back at Watkins, we had guys who were under 1,000k, 1,000 IR, but they were still lapping within a couple of seconds of the main pack of LMP1. But here today, it could be that Gunther's got a lot of damage, but he's just not keeping up with the guys in front of him.
Is that experience based? We've not seen him in the top split before. Could it be experience with driving the LMP1?
I think you've got to put it down to that. It's quite a low IR, really, compared.
Oh, Stadinsky! There's another 4 on the back of him. That's Block who got tagged. This is York going on the attack of Stadinsky. Surely he's got to be close up to the 17 drive-through penalty limit with still 10 minutes remaining. There's car contacts plus off tracks.
Well, the stats we have aren't accurate out of our system here. We don't know what the off tracks are, but it doesn't say like he's got too many. But we know that not to be right. He's definitely going to be in the teens at this point.
Yeah, he's got to be careful with 11 minutes remaining. Jan Staninsky to actually get through the races. As we said earlier on, he's on jeopardy of losing his A license. He's very tight on a 1.38 of going below that threshold of 1. And if he has a bad race, which at the moment we've accounted for, I've accounted for 3 contacts plus a few off tracks. He's got to be looking at the 15 limit mark already. I would have thought, but we'll have to see with 10 minutes remaining. We've got York really closing up the back of Stadinsky, not giving him an ounce of space or an ounce of breath. And Block is trying to come back through again. There is York. He got the job done. Stadinsky runs on the inside. We got York, now this infamous weaving across the track, which we've seen so many times. The season has not gone down well with other drivers. We've got Gunther, who's still battling involved with these guys. I'm not sure, Gunther, why you're still there. You need to get on your bike.
He's going to tag him.
Oh, it's going to be that he needs to be clearing these guys. I don't get why you take, if you've not practiced in an LMP, Sean, I don't get why you would jump in it. They're not the most easiest cars to drive, are they?
No, not. There's a lot of controls in there which you're not going to be used to if you're fresh to them. With any car, you do need the time of practice, but there is a bit of damage on that rear wing. We don't know how the car's performing. He has done lap times in the low 140s, so he has got the pace. It could be that his car doesn't.
Yeah, but we'll see how this pans out with 9 minutes remaining. We've got LMP1s, LMP2s running the same times on track. Coming round Fangio down into turn 10, 11 and 12. We've got GTEs involved. We've got York trying to close up the back of Stadinsky. We've got Gunther who's trying to get past Block in the LMP2s. And all the while, they're trying to overtake this poor lonesome GTE who's currently lost out in the middle of no man's land, trying to get out the way. York is going to be wanting to get in on this bike. He's hoping that LMP1 does not get involved again. Well, Fabriziani's trying to clear the GTEs as well. This is very Block is in there. Car number 585 is Gunther. We know that. We've got Block. Then we've got York and we've got Stadinsky. Gunther needs to be clearing these cars. He needs to be getting that LMP. It looks doesn't look the best handling car with the jinx in going down the straight there, Sean.
Seems to be pulling to the left a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah. Or maybe his wheel's not completely offset, but unfortunately, you may be looking at taking, as we see Block go into the pits. Has he mistimed? Did he under fuel? He did.
It could have been hitting his 17X.
Yes, he's driving straight through. He's actually stopped though. He's actually stopped in the pits. So maybe he has just under fueled, which is 8 minutes remaining, and that's a lot of fuel that you didn't take. We normally see them running out at the end.
Well, he's in there for 30 odd seconds already, so he's either set his pit options wrong or he's had to quit out the race.
Yeah, so he's now sliding down the order, unfortunately for Block. There you go. We've got the leader of LMP2, Lorenko, is going back past him as well, so let's put him another lap down. So currently we'll give you the top 5. You can see on the left-hand side of your screen, Cowlots, Barbu, Labati, Santos and Saunders in the LMP1s, your top 5 respectively. LMP2s, we've got Lorenko, Marin, Grana, Giroli, Deween and Blasco round out your top 6 in the LMP2s. And in the GTEs, you've got Dawson, Verdolivo, Schneider, Simnar and Flamont. So Simnar did clear Flamont, which is what we expected. There he is, the Richard Simnar. 7 minutes remaining, cleared Flamont. Takes another wide off track there as we see an LMP1 coming past us, going into turn 3, 4 and 5. Here is Jan Stadinsky. What have you been up to coming down into the hairpin, I believe? Oh, he's hit the bump. That's another off for Mr. Stadinsky this evening.
That's down into Cunningham, I think.
It's not looking good, unfortunately, for him. You see, we don't know the incident counts, but we know it's there or thereabouts on the limits as well. So we've got Matt York now up into 7th place, Blasco in 6th, Deween in 5th, Fabriziani in 8th, and Jan Staninsky down in 9th position. Still got Gunther battling him, though, so he's got somebody to battle, even if they are in the different classes, Sean.
That's what it's all about, having a race with someone at the end of the day.
Yeah, 6 minutes remaining. Probably not where Stadinsky would find himself battling with Gunther down in the LMP1s, but he is. He's trying to close it up to the back of these guys, Fabriziani and York. I'm hoping these guys don't hold themselves up, which pulls Stadinsky back into play again with a little over 5 minutes remaining. Well, 5 minutes, this is where it kind of, as we've learned previously from ESS, this is where it kind of all comes together now. Everybody's sort of done their pit stops. They're sprinting for the line, John. Well, what do you think? What's your prediction? Are we going to see them finishing in the way that they're standing at the moment?
Yeah, there's not going to be much movement unless Fabrianzi gets past York, possibly, but everyone else is in their own little space now. 5 minutes to go. It's all about keeping it on track, watching out for those lapping cars and making sure you get past the cars you're lapping as well. There's plenty of those on the track. There's still, 33 runners.
So we're still at 33 cars out the 35 that started. So there you go. It's been quite a clean race in conjunction with the amount of cars that finished at the moment. So that's fine. But we've got little pockets of going on. We've got the GTEs that are quite spread out. With Dawson has managed to open up a little bit of a gap down to Verdolivo. As you see it on the track map there. We've got the LMP2s of 4th, which is Deween, Blasco and York, with Fabriziani involved in there as well. They're in a little pocket of battles. There isn't anything. We've got Carl J. Carey and Lindley in the LMP1s are kind of tight together, but they're, it's again, as you can see it on the track map on the right-hand side, there's kind of all settled in now. We've got 4.5 minutes remaining. As we've seen previously, anything can happen and generally will do. As we come into the last 4 minutes of the last race of this 12-week season. And what an epic 12 weeks it has been. We'll run you through the final championship standings at the end, guys, as well. So much love to you for joining us. And much love to Sean for joining us this evening, filling in for our Chris Rowlands. So much love to him. Here we go with Piccolo. I believe that's Kerry in front of us as we're coming down into 3, 4 and round the tricky right left-hander of 5. There we go. We're on board with Piccolo's nose. 2 got GTE in front as well, and I believe is that that's another LMP1. As car number 10 of Niad is in front of us. There he is going round the hairpin. He's currently in the Porsche, is car number 10. 1 lap down, and it's about to be another one. As we see Carey go past, Piccolo's going to be wanting to clear him. There we go. Piccolo is cleared through as well, and that puts Niad down another lap. As we've got 3 laps remaining. But here we go. We've got Stadinsky and Gunther having their own battles in different classes on track. This is an interesting one for me. This is the first time I've seen this throughout the season. And we've got another car going past on the inside of Gunther. Oh no, Gunther's managed to hold the position. So we've got Jan Staninsky in an LMP2 battling with an LMP1. 147 last time out for Gunther and a 147 for Jan Staninsky. So they're both very, very similar times on track. And that LMP1 of Gunther does not look tidy at all, Sean, does it, with 2 minutes remaining?
No, and it's kind of good to see that Gunther does actually have the pace, and it's the damage on the car that's caused the problem. I know if it was me, I wouldn't want to put it in the pits and in my race anyway. It's so hard to get a lot of LMP1 cars on the grid, and what we've seen in ESS this season has been brilliant. These splits for the broadcast race, we started off with a good 10 in Suzuka. And then we had 1 or 2 or 3 throughout the season. But as this broadcast picked up speed, you had more and more LMP1 cars. And to see 12 starters in the last race of the season, this close into December as well, it's just brilliant to see. And hopefully they'll turn up week in, week out next season as well.
Yeah, it's something I've discussed. It was Gunther go back past Stadinsky. Again, coming down, Stadinsky's holding the inside line from Gunther in the LMP1. It has been really great to see the LMP1 series has picked up. I think we had a maximum, I think it was about 14 or 15 last time out. And we've got another 12 this time out as well. So that's absolutely amazing. We've come in we've got I think one more. It's going to be the white flag lap next time around for Carlos, I believe. He's coming round the back straight, 56 seconds. I believe there's going to be one more lap, and then that will be it for the last remaining round 12 of the broadcast split for ESS. And what a wonderful season it has been. So we're jumping on board with Simon Cowlotz, where Babu is in second. He's currently 16 seconds down the road. This has been Cowlotz's race from the start to the finish, including the pits. And as we can see, he's going to be coming round. There's going to be one more lap, and we're going to be entering the final lap of the race. There you go, Barney, the flag bearer on the right-hand side, waving frantically. That's the white flag, guys, for your round 12 of the ESS in the dark from Sebring, live here on Total Sim Sport YouTube channel, as we still see Jan Stadinsky in the LMP2. He's still got Gunther up beside him. There's Matt York there as well. Matt York is in front.
Closest battle we've got at the moment. They've got about half a lap to go on this one, and then one more after.
So there you go, guys. We've got half a lap plus one more for these guys. That's York, and I believe that's Fabriziani in front. As we can see on track, there you go. They're coming into sunset. You see York taking the inside line round Fabriziani. Are they gonna? They've contacted, which was all likely to happen the way that was running so close. But they've got the yellow flag, yellow flag. They've got the white flag lap now. As we see, that's car number 33 of the LMP2s.
The only Porsche in LMP1 in front as well.
The only Porsche in LMP1. We've got Sanders is also in a Porsche as well. So I think that's actually 2.
Oh, there is. You're right.
Yeah, we've got Saunders and Niad down in 10th place in LMP1. He's also in a Porsche. We've got 2 Porsches tonight. So that's quite actually amazing, considering that we used to get just the one, or maybe the odd none, in fact. So there you go. We're on the last lap at the moment for Fabriziani and York. Simon Cowlotz is coming round the sunset bend for the final time this season. There he is. There's your winner of round 12 of the ESS Total Sim Sport broadcast split. Simon Cowlotz, congratulations to you. Take a bow, sir. As we see Lorenko from LMP2, I believe, has also gone across the line. I think he's managed to actually get one more lap out. So we've got Fabriziani and York coming round Tower, going down into 14, into Bishop. They're going to be really close together as we're heading around this final parts of the circuits now. They jink left in the 14. They're going to be looking at right as well with 15. Who is that on the inside who's interrupting us again? That's not Gunther. Again, is it going down at Ullman? It's not Gunther, no, not this time. So here we go. We've got York and Fabriziani coming down into the final turn, and Fabriziano is right on the inside. York goes extra defensive. Leaves Fabriziani, no room. Fabriziani tries to cut back. Here we go. We've got to run down to the line. Fabriziani and York side by side going around Sunset. They're tagging. They're tagging. Oh, but there's a lot of tagging. Oh, no, they both ended up. What have they done to each other? No. Oh, this collected the LMP1 as well. Fabriziani collected the LMP1. And he is spinning off in the corner. Oh, my.
He's only got 2 corners left here to go. I think spins. Oh no, he's taken the lead there for the victory.
As they come down the corner, 1.5 seconds is all that separates them.
Welcome to race day in the Jeans Bowl F3 League. Heads up the inside. That's 2 positions in 1 corner.
Kind of just throw the keys in the bowl and go for it, so that's it.
Something that shouldn't have happened at the end of the race. But there you go, guys. That is your week 12 ESS broadcast split finish. And let's take a look. Here we go. One more time at a replay. Fabriziani and York. Fabriziani just leaves no room there for York, unfortunately. Doesn't hold his brake either. Collects that LMP1. It'd be interesting to see if we can. To see who the LMP1 was, who went hurtling down the road, was doing pirouettes on his end, as we can see, go down it into the start-finish straight. So that was really quite an unbelievable crash on the last corner. It would have been an amazing just to get them across the line. But there you have it. Sebring is really dark. Yes, it is, Mr. Rowlands. There are cat's eyes on the side of the track, but unfortunately it still doesn't leave us a room. But here we go, the LMP1 Week 12 final standings for this race. Simon Carlos is your winner in first. Roberto Barbu second. Lalabati in third. Santos fourth. Saunders fifth. Ollie Cole sixth. Chris. So Ollie Cole finished this week. Jake Carey seventh. Piccolo in eighth. Pizzo ninth. Niad is in 10th. Will Linley 11th. And Max Gunfer down in 12th place in the LMP2s. Well, we've just seen what happened to the end of them. But we've got Daniel Lorenko led from start to finish, plus 1 lap on Maring. Grana is in third, Giroli fourth, Sam van der Wijn is in fifth, Alberto Blasco in sixth, Jan Staninsky finished seventh after that crash between York and Fabriziani, who down in eighth, ninth and 10th. Hodelaris is in eighth, Marving is in 11th, Block is 12th, Freckleton 13th, Catchpole, who unfortunately didn't finish, is in 15th, and neither did Christian Tanahoto. In the GTEs, well, that battle was won by Andrew Dawson. Rauman Vadalivo takes second. Nicholas Schneider is third. Richard Simnar fourth. Flamont fifth. Chave sixth. Bashoa seventh. And Leidinger in eighth. As you can see, Chris, both of your picks from last week, Simnar and Ollie Cole, both finished this week. So well done to you. In the final standings of the LMP1s, you see Jan Kurbs is our victor. So he's our LMP1 victor. Carlo Labate second. Cowlotz, who managed to get up into third place. Pizzo fourth. Santos fifth, Carey sixth, Taylor Mills seventh, Will Woodland eighth, Neil DeBacker in ninth, and James Armstrong finishes out our top 10 in LMP1. over into LMP2, which we knew was going to be tight if Jan Staninsky did not finish higher than 8th. And Alexandra Izzo, unfortunately, was not in this race, which was a shame. But your LMP2 victor for the ESS broadcast split is Jan Staninsky on 107. Alexandra Izzo on second place. Michelle Sangali in third. Francesco Panetta in fourth. Stuart Bickley fifth. Barolero sixth. Dominic Corton seventh. Benjamin Cora in eighth. Daniel Lorenko in ninth. And Jus Baumeister is in 10th place. Unfortunately, didn't make tonight. So unfortunately for him. There you go. And in the GTEs, we got Roman Verdolivo, who has won by an exponential 75 points, I believe, off quick maths, is in first. Richard Simnai is in second. Saeed Bashoa in third. Tony Ngai in fourth. Jamon Chave fifth. Andrew Dawson up 41 places just by taking one win. Good job for him. He's in sixth. Lighting in seventh. Flamont eighth. Goslin ninth. And Mikael Rack in 10th. And that rounds out our GT's season. Sean, so can you do better than Chris and give us your insights into tonight's race?
What a race. From start to finish, crash, bang, wallop, he's got everything. The Sebring, it's dark, you got the lights, you got the cars flying past each other. 3 classes all battling it out even together, as we saw with LMP2s and LMP1s there. It had everything.
There you go. So, Chris, if you're watching, that's how we get a final roundup, young sir, from you. Woohoo! First loser. Yes, Richard Simneg, you are in second. So, guys, that's a massive congratulations to Jan Kurbs, Roman Verdolivo, and Jan Staninsky from all of us here at TSS. Well done. You are the victors from the ESS broadcast split live on Total Sim Sports. So, there you go, folks. And that's it for this season. And it's been an absolutely epic season, and from all of us here at TSS, we'd like to thank you for being so supportive as we bring you this epic series every Thursday. And you never know, we might be back again next season. So that's not the end of the racing through, though, the guys. This Saturday is the return of the ISRC 12-hour event from Suzuka, live on the TSS Twitch and YouTube channels. All links down in the description as well. And a massive thank you as well to the iRacing podcast for tonight's sponsor as well. The next episode is out next week, and that will be with interview from William Esports driver for Josh Thompson and a special live stream during Christmas with Tim and Sean of Total Sim Sports. So a massive thank you to them. But for the final time this season, all that's left for me to say is from me and Sean, and I'll include Chris as well because he has been here for the last 11 weeks. Be safe, have a great weekend, and you never know, we might see you on the